Take Rapid Learning Module. Our topic today, tough negotiations. How to hold your ground with a price bully. We've all faced buyers who enjoy squeezing vendors. They're price bullies. They know you want the business badly. And you're tempted to back off on price when they ask, but that is a bad idea. Unnecessary price concessions not only hurt your bottom line, they also embolden buyers to ask for more concessions and devalue your product. Worst of all, they erode trust in you as a sales professional. So, it's vitally important to stand your ground. In this quick take, you will learn what's really going on when price bullies demand concessions, how to counter price objections in a confident, non-confrontational way, and why you shouldn't be too quick to solve problems that seem to be blocking the sale. For decades, researchers have looked at negotiations in the context of game theory. As in any game, price negotiations advance through moves. You make a move, for example, when you quote a price. The buyer makes a counter move by raising an objection, and so on. In an ideal world, the negotiation results in a deal where both sides win. But price bullies want a win-lose, not a win-win. Their counter moves usually take the form of a new problem that can only be solved with a lower price. So the buyer says, "Your price is over my budget," or "My boss won't go for it." Think of it as a hot potato that the buyer tosses to you. How you respond to these moves is critical to getting the outcome you want. The natural response is to react. You hold on to the hot potato and defend your price. When you play that game, you lose. But you have another option. Instead of reacting to the counter move, you can respond with what Harvard researcher Deborah Kolb calls a restorative turn, one that puts you back on an equal footing with the buyer and, in effect, tosses the hot potato back where it belongs. To see how, let's look at a typical negotiation. Sally gives Bob a proposal with a $12,000 price tag. He replies, "Too high. The budget is only $10,000. Bob's bullying strategy is to throw Sally a hot potato and make his budget Sally's problem. He's effectively said, "To win this deal, you have to fix my budget problem." If Sally elects to hold on to the hot potato, accepting that Bob's budget is her problem, she's on the defensive. "Well, Bob," she says, "our price is fair." Bob counters, "I have lower quotes from 3 other vendors. You've got to come down to be competitive." Sally replies, "They don't offer quality like ours." Bob says, "They claim to do. Look, Sally, to get this deal, you have to bring your price in line. Can you do it?" It's not going well for Sally, is it? She's on the defensive, and the hot potato is burning a hole in her palm. She'll tell herself, "Bob's ready to sign. There's only one thing standing in the way of my winning this sale, the price." So, she offers a $1,000 concession. But Bob isn't finished. "Your price is still too high," he says. "I'll never get it past my boss." Bob has thrown Sally another hot potato. He's made his boss's demands her problem to solve. Sally lowers her price by another $1,000. She walks away thinking she did the best she could, but she didn't. Bob controlled this negotiation. Sally made concessions that hurt her profit margin and long-term eroded Bob's trust in her and her company. Rather than hold on to the hot potato, Sally could have put herself on equal footing with Bob by responding with a restorative turn. She could have thrown the hot potato right back, refusing to make Bob's problems her problems. Not by getting confrontational, but by countering with smart questions. When Bob complains about her price, Sally replies, "Help me understand what you mean when you say my price exceeds your budget. Is it more than you want to pay, or don't you see the value?" Notice her use of the word "you." Sally is throwing the hot potato back to Bob, where it belongs, because Sally doesn't have a problem with her price. Bob does. Bob will likely downplay the value, but Sally's done her homework. Instead of becoming defensive, she throws the hot potato back again. She says, "Bob, in Discovery, you laid out 5 objectives. If we eliminate one of them, I think I can make this project fit your budget. Which one do you see as a nice to have rather than a must have?" She's being helpful, trying to solve Bob's problem. If Bob's a really aggressive price bully, he'll come right out and say, I have another vendor who will do it for $10,000. Meet their price or I'm out. Usually, that's a bluff. And Sally's response should be, Bob, if price is your only consideration and you have a better price, why are you talking to me? Notice Sally keeps using you and your, keeping the hot potato in Bob's hands, signaling that it's his problem, not hers. Bob probably doesn't want the competing product. He wants Sally's, so it's up to him to figure out how he can get it. To sum up, price bullies try to take control by making you responsible for their problem. You stay in control by refusing to accept the problem as your own, asking questions that reframe it as the buyer's problem, and helping the buyer solve his problem, not your problem. Thanks for watching.